I think about this phone call often. 3 years ago, I was depressed. I was working a sales job that I absolutely hated. It was a dead-end sales job. I'm seeing my friends, my brother and sister do all these great things with their careers. I'm 5 years into my sales career and I have absolutely nothing to show for it. I'm going into an office Monday through Friday, making 100 to 200 cold calls every single day. This is all I did. I was completely miserable, completely depressed. This sales job, my lackluster sales career, completely consumed me to the point where, guys, the best part of my day was when it was time to go to sleep because I wasn't thinking about my sales job. So I knew I needed a new role. But because I was depressed, because I was all out of sorts, I wasn't thinking properly. And I sent a LinkedIn message to a former sales director of mine in a former sales role to see if they had any job openings within the division that I could apply and interview for. And to give you some context on this sales job, I worked this sales job for 12 months. I missed my quota 12 out of 12 times. I went perfect. I had no skill set. I had no idea what I was doing. It was my first sales job out of college. I was really bad at this role, but my thought process was, that was 4 years ago. And since then, I've put a ton of time, energy, money, investment into becoming a competent, skilled salesperson. I could be successful in this sales job. I'm where I need to be in my sales career with my skill set to be successful in this role. My former sales director reached back out. They said they were more than happy to connect with me tomorrow at 2 p.m. Awesome. The next day comes around. It's 2 p.m. I walk out of my office, walk down the block, make the phone call. The sales director picks up, and I explain to them what I have going on. I thank them for taking the phone call, and I explained to them all the work I've done over the last 4 years to become a competent, skilled salesperson. I was curious if they had any job openings in the division that I could apply and interview for. And the next 2 to 3 minutes, guys, was the most humiliating and embarrassing 2 to 3 minutes, not just of my sales career, but of my life. The tone was, they're this big person, I'm this little person. I'm going to talk down to you for the next 2 to 3 minutes and embarrass you. They said that I was an awful salesperson 4 years ago. I refused their help and my direct sales manager's help. I was stubborn, so why would I want you back in my division? And I remember I was in such a bad spot mentally that I didn't defend myself. I didn't stick up for myself. I had little confidence in myself. So I accepted their message, hung up, thanked them for the call, and I'm not an emotional guy whatsoever. The last time I cried, I think, was when Tiger Woods was walking up the 18th green at the Masters when he won a couple years back. But I remember walking back into my office in this sales job that I hated. I'm depressed and I'm fighting back tears. A couple days after that phone call, I had my first therapy session to help with my depression. 2 weeks after that phone call, I had an interview for a new job, new sales job. 4 weeks after that interview, I had my first day in my current sales role. I've been here 3 years. I've been very successful. And I've never been happier. It's been the best 3 years of my entire life. And I think about that phone call often. And I think about the fact that I was in such a bad spot mentally that I didn't defend myself and didn't stick up for myself when I definitely could have. This sales leader is the worst sales leader I'll ever come across in my entire life. The sales manager I had was the worst sales manager I'll probably ever have in my career. I hope so. So I had a lot to defend, but again, I was in such a bad spot mentally that I didn't. Sales is hard. And not every sales job is going to work out. But anybody can learn sales. If I can learn sales, you should have saw how bad I was, guys, 4 or 5 years ago. If I can learn it, you can learn it. If you're put in the right situation with the right product, with the right leadership, if you put in the work will take care of you. And I'm a huge believer that good things happen to good people if you're patient, and breaks happen to good people. Your break might be right around the corner.